How did I become a U.S. Army officer? Hey everybody, I'm Keith. I'm an Army Lieutenant Colonel, and I've been sharing my journey from Lieutenant Colonel to retirement a lot on social media lately, especially on TikTok and on Instagram. And one of the most common questions I've been getting is, how did I become an officer? So I want to give back to this community, and today I'm going to tell you exactly how I became a U.S. Army officer. In today's video, I'll focus exclusively on that commissioning process, but it's important for me to tell you I actually started my Army journey as an E1 high school dropout. I dropped out of high school in 1999, got my GED, ran away and joined the Army, and then 9 years later, I earned my commission as a signal officer in the U.S. Army. So that's the part of the story I'm going to focus on. But just know the rest of the story about how I ever even joined the Army is a really awesome story that I love to share as well, but I'll save that for another day. So here's the story about how I became a U.S. Army officer. I served a total of 9 years as an enlisted soldier. And around year 6 or so, I really started to get serious about the idea of earning my commission. I had joined with my GED, but I had a lot of support along the way, and I had a lot of people who believed in me. So I was able to start piecing together my college education pretty early on. I took a lot of CLEP tests, Dante's tests. I took college classes. I took them at lunch. I took them on vacation. I took them in my truck. I mean, I literally did college anywhere I could, took tests, did everything I needed to do, so that by 2007-ish, I had 90 college credits, which was enough to apply for officer candidate school. Now, this is important to note. In today's world, as I understand it, you have to have your bachelor's degree completed to go to officer candidate school. When I earned my commission, I only needed 90 non-duplicative credit hours, basically. So what I had to do was earn all these credits, and then the only place that had to verify them was the education center. So I took my 90 college credits, I pieced them all together. I went down to the Army Education Center, and they looked at everything and they said, okay, this kid has 90 college credits, and they gave me a memo. That memo went into my officer candidate school packet, and then the packet went off towards a general officer. Another interesting fact about that time was they had what was called a direct select program, which meant that general officers had the ability to basically just select a certain number of candidates from their command. And the command I was in, the general didn't have a lot on their plate, so it was not that hard. I was pretty fortunate in that sense. My packet went off. I never even talked to the general. The general saw it, signed it, sent it off, and that was really it. I received a letter shortly after a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it was. I don't know exactly. And that letter literally said, congratulations, you have been selected for officer candidate school, and you will be commissioned as a signal officer. So that was 2007. In today's world, if you go to officer candidate school today, that's not the process. So don't look for that process to exist. Again, in today's world, I believe you have to have your bachelor's degree completed. In general, it's a more competitive process. I think you have to go to a board where you salute, you go to the board, and then they grade you, and then they determine if they want to recommend you for officer candidate school. So the process is a little bit different. And then for branching, so I'm a signal officer. That's my basic officer branch, is signal. I believe now when you go to officer candidate school, it's a competitive process to get your branch. So you'll go through the process based on an order of merit or an OML, and that's how you'll pick your branch while you're at officer candidate school. So for me, I was commissioned in 2008, May of 2008. I then went off to Signal Officer Basic School, and by about January, I was a fully qualified second lieutenant, and I went off to become a platoon leader at a unit at Fort Huachuca in southern Arizona. I live at Fort Huachuca again, which is kind of weird because the unit that I served my platoon leader time in doesn't even exist here anymore, isn't even here anymore. It's at Fort Bliss in Texas. Okay, so there I was, a lieutenant without a bachelor's degree. That's a problem. I had to earn my bachelor's degree by the time I was a captain plus 2 years was the basic rule. So they would give you up to that time to earn your bachelor's degree or else face separation from the Army. What was really cool about that, though, is they had a whole program called the Degree Completion Program at the time, where I was able to take my 90 college credits and go to school full time to earn my bachelor's degree. So I actually earned my bachelor's degree from Arizona State University, going full time as a full time student. It was I paid for it with my GI Bill, and it was I was assigned to the student detachment. It's a whole process. Anyway, I earned my bachelor's degree. After that, I went on to earn one master's degree and then another master's degree. So I started off with my GED, earned that bachelor's degree, and then earned two subsequent master's degrees. So I've come a long way, you could say, from my days with my GED. Now, would I recommend you pursue the path of becoming an officer in the U.S. Army or any branch of service? Yes, I would recommend that 100%. Not a single day goes by that I regret the decision to become an officer. It has provided me with so many opportunities. It has literally changed my entire family tree, is what I like to say. It has been just amazing. I have enjoyed the opportunities to lead soldiers, to add value, to impact, to, drive the direction of organizations. I was a company commander, and today I'm a cybersecurity leader. I lead a huge team of cybersecurity professionals, and it is very fulfilling work. That said, I will retire from the Army next year after 28 years of service, which I'm very excited about. And again, really what this is about is just me taking the time to share part of my journey with you on this YouTube channel. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, I'm Keith. The best way to learn more from me is to like and subscribe to my channel. Like this video, subscribe, and I'll make more videos like this. In the meantime, it was great chatting with you today. Drop your questions in the chat, and I hope you enjoyed today's video.